All right, for this Music Monday, we're bringing in the Natchez Film Company. I thought this was really cool because a couple Mondays ago, we were able to highlight one of the artists that you guys could show us. How did you guys come up with this? And then, you know, what was the, I guess, the inspiration for it?
Yeah, so in 2014 or so, we opened Natchez Sound Studio, which is an analog facility we have down in Natchez. And I was in a pretty big international touring band, which was awesome. I got to see so many amazing things, you know, tour the world, do all that stuff that most musicians, especially from this area, never get to experience. And so fast forward a few years, my brother Davis and I started Natchez Film Company together. And through that kind of came this philanthropic venture of Live at Natchez Sound to help shine a spotlight on the extremely diverse and immense talents pool in this region.
Do you think that Mississippi kind of gets underlooked when it comes to music?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know that we have certain genres that do really well, but maybe there's other genres that are kind of like, oh, they do that over there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think you can find world-class talent in pretty much every musical genre hidden somewhere in Mississippi. So to be in the position we were for film production and professional studio audio recording, it just seemed pretty organic to use our resources in a way to help uplift art just all around the state of Mississippi, for sure.
Tell us about the studio.
It is it's a 32-channel analog hybrid facility, 2,700 square feet. We have a 1,000 square foot live room, which is really nice for bigger acts, filming live at Natchez Sound, for instance. We have an isolation booth, and then my pride and joy, my baby, I have an API 1608 32-channel console, which is...
For the people at home, try to simplify that for them.
All right, yeah, that's a little techy. So API, Neve, SSL are kind of like the big three, like the Coke, Pepsi version of recording consoles. So this API allows us to be on quality level with studios that you would see in Nashville, Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles, stuff like that. So having that in southern Mississippi is actually a very rare thing.
What does the city of Natchez say about this?
They love it, actually. We've got a lot of phone calls from a lot of local people in Natchez just wanting to, you know, jump on board with us and like really just be a part of what we're trying to do for the artists mainly, and for, you know, Natchez economy, the art economy, just to see it grow in a way that it really hasn't had the opportunity to.
Yeah, it's such an artistic city. So you would assume that, okay, well, there's got to be a lot of musicians since music is an art form in its own way. Do you guys get artists from all over? Is it just Mississippi? I mean, what's kind of work with that?
We actually got in contact with the Mississippi Music Foundation recently, and they have actually decided to make us a part of their money match program, which sends artists, they apply through the Mississippi Music Foundation for the money match program. And then the money match program, there's kind of like a vetting kind of thing, and with the application process, and then they send, they either keep them there in South Haven at the Mississippi Music Foundation, or they send them our way to Natchez. So we're super excited about that, and that's just going to bring like all the artists that are, you know, maybe struggling financially to kind of have their dreams come true, essentially. So
yeah, that's probably a big thing in the music industry, right? I mean, it's a struggle before you ever make it. I mean, talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, so like for instance, in my case with Bishop Gunn, I would say we probably, gosh, 6 years of hard touring in a van, you know, $150 to $500 a night type thing. You know, just the blind, blissful ignorance of how hard it is to actually make it in this industry. And once we did finally kind of cross that threshold, so to speak, and we're starting to play shows with bands like the Rolling Stones, Guns N' Roses, doing European tours like that, to see the things I saw and to understand the infrastructure, the money, the time, resource, the personnel that go into making a band of our size, and we were just like a middle-sized band in comparison to the bigger acts. To see how much infrastructure that took made me realize that we were the exception, you know. So what we are now collectively trying to do with that knowledge and with that prior experience of, you know, touring the world and seeing what it takes firsthand to be a successful musician in this economy is that we have tried to pull together resources kind of like by musicians for musicians in a sense, but we're also videographers, so it doubles over, so the artist ends up leaving our facility with not only high quality recordings of their audio, but also some really sweet visuals for them to use as marketing. So.
Absolutely. Music videos are still in, so
Absolutely.
I want you guys to stick around though, because I want to highlight, you know, one of your guys' artists, if that's okay with you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back on Live at 9.